Hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's go ahead and jump into this Monday morning pre-market brief. Not too much to cover today. The only things we are doing is taking a brief look at the S&P and the Bitcoin chart analysis for our weekly prep, and then discussing a little bit of the major earnings that's going to be dropping this week, including the biggest of them all, Nvidia. But we're starting off by looking at the crypto markets, which is pushing green, but there was a heavy pullback, I believe on Saturday or Sunday, after Trump's new tariff announcement, along with the general market. But let's go ahead and take a look and see how the averages ended the week. We had the S&P in the green at plus 0.69%, heavily because of that Supreme Court ruling on Trump's tariffs. We had the Dow Jones ending the week at plus 0.47%, and then we had the NASDAQ pushing almost to plus 1%, but ending at plus 0.90% on the week. Let's go ahead and take a look at global markets and see where they sit on the day. As far as the Korean markets, we see them in the green heavily at plus 0.65%. And this is one of the reasons why I tell you guys to invest and diversify your portfolio globally. Korean markets, Taiwan markets, they are dominating the global scene. We have the Nikkei sitting at negative 1.12% on the day. So Japanese markets are more correlated with American markets, so we may be pulling back into the red on this lovely Monday morning. And then Taiwan markets ended the week, or ending their Monday morning in the green at plus 0.5%. Looking at European markets, we have the Stocks 600 sitting at negative 0.07 on the day, so they're pulling back red just a bit. We have the French markets, the CAC at negative 0.02%, so breaking even basically, and German markets at negative 0.3% on the day. So a high probability of a open in the red for the market on this lovely Monday morning. But let's head back over to the charts, and we're going to take a closer look at the S&P, and then we will build from there. So looking at the daily time frame, just picking up where we left off on Friday, we see that we're heavily in that basic range bound sideways trend, but in general it's a slow downtrend that we have predicted and expected over the first few months of the year as far as the daily time frame is concerned. On the 30-minute time frame, we're just waiting to see if it's going to break through this upper bounds at around $6,910, and we will see how the open brings the morning, which the prediction right now is pulling into the red. Let's look at the pre-market real quick, and then we'll take a look at Bitcoin and go from there. As far as the pre-market is concerned, we are heavy in the red with mostly metals, silver, and probably gold sitting in the green right now as far as the pre-market is concerned, as of 4:36 on this lovely Monday morning. But most of everything else just pulling in the red due to Trump announcing that he may be raising the global base tariff to about 15%. So heavy pull on the market, but expected. So averaging down, not getting our emotions, and getting used to the motions of the market. This has been something that has cyclically happened in the first portion of each year over the last 4 to 5 years, and maybe even longer than that if we look further back. But other than that, guys, there's not too much else to point out, except we did have some economic data release on Friday, which was new home sales, which actually beat. Very surprising. It came out at 758,000 versus the 735,000 expected. So there might be some easing in the housing market, but we'll get a better guide later this week when more economic data comes out. But other than that, we just have a few major earnings today. We have Nvidia coming out with its earnings on the day. Everybody's going to be watching that. We have a couple mid and small cap stocks releasing their earnings, including those in the quantum space like IonQ, Qubits, I believe, not Qubits, that's the ticker for it, IonQ, and then D-Wave Quantum, which is one of our favorites when it comes to the quantum sector in the market. But these types of stocks are very, very volatile because they're basically like startups, like Google and Amazon were in their beginnings, and this field has not been settled yet. So there's a lot of things that we are going to be watching as far as the numbers. Most of them are in some ways profitable, but in other ways the numbers are pulling down on the company. But other than that, guys, there's not too much else that I have for you on this lovely Monday morning. We'll have some news and everything in tomorrow morning's pre-market brief and any other major economic data that drops. But other than that, guys, hope you have a great Monday. Hope your weekend was well. Hope you got enough rest. Don't forget to stock the future. We want the opportunity to not have to wake up on a Monday morning when they tell us, but when we want to. So don't forget to stock the future. Stay out of your emotions in this market, especially with Trump at the head, especially with Trump holding the reins. Understand that this is something that you have to get used to. So more than likely, after he leaves office, anything that happens in the geopolitical scene is going to be seen as minor compared to what he's done. But in a way, it's a good thing. It'll make you more stable in investing. But yeah, guys, don't forget to stock the future, and I will talk with you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Peace.